just got in my car and we are on our way to work for the day. Or my daughter's going over to her grandparents' house, but I'm headed to work. I have on a knit sweater. I think it's going to be like 85 degrees today in the afternoon. Not right now. Yes, honey? A ball. Anyway, I brought a t-shirt to change into since I'll probably get warm. Plus, I'm going to be dyeing yarn today, so I'm wearing a sweater for now. This is my coloring book Raglan by Amy Scher. I absolutely love this pattern and my version. I wear it all the time, but it's worsted weight. But it's sort of like a sweatshirt. My daughter's being silly. Anyway, I'll probably change, but I have on knitwear for now. So I have a very busy day ahead of me, so let's head on out. Morning from the shop. I'm doing my little daily check-in for some of the orders that came in yesterday. I'm actually here early. I open at 10. It's about 9:44 right now. I got here extra early so that way I could go ahead and package up these orders and get them in the mail, including the ones that I packaged yesterday that didn't make it. So I love this order. I don't want to say anybody's name, but this is a sweet fiber friend who has placed this order, and I love everything she's picked out. So first, we've got dried flowers. This is the last skein that I have on merino nylon. This is one of the kind of darker dye lots, but I think it's so pretty. It has all of the original colors, but sometimes it just takes the navy in particular a little bit darker. So that's dried flowers. And then we have 3 different versions of Aura right here. We've got the merino DK, non-superwash merino DK, which is my favorite. We have the merino nylon sock weight, and we have the last skein of Aura on Surrey. So I think she is going to be using the DK and the Surrey to make her own bow once the pattern comes out, and I'm going to have to copy her because that's going to be too cute. And we have Golden Afternoon on merino nylon sock. Plus the Dragonfly floss organizer and a little fox needle minder. So I folded her a pretty little crane that I thought matched her order very well. So I love this order. I'm very excited to send this off to her. And then here we have 2 very lovely balls of Sadness Garn Tin Silk Mohair in the putty colorway. It is the perfect neutral. It is just so lovely. And so then I folded a little brown crane to just kind of match that neutral, just to kind of match the neutral. So I'm going to go ahead and hurry up and get these packaged and run to the post office and then come right back. Made it back to the shop. I am open now. I actually have one more great big order to put together. It had already come through, but it wasn't finished processing, and I didn't have time to package it before I ran to the post office because I just did that in the nick of time. So I'm going to go ahead and work on packaging this up now, and I'll either leave a few minutes early today or I will just put a little note on the door because the post office is 1 block away. I'll put a little note on the door that says I've just run off quickly. So yeah, I'm going to work on that. And then I need to dye some yarn today, so I need to get yarn soaking so that I can get started sooner rather than later. I also need to spruce up the shop. I've been selling so much yarn that I need to kind of touch everything up. And I placed a really big order this morning for some fantastic new yarn, so that's exciting. So yeah, I have a very lofty agenda today. Changed into my t-shirt because I've started dyeing yarn. I've got a bunch of yarn soaking right now, and then I have the first pot going. I am doing mini skeins today, and that's probably going to take up all of my time. I've mentioned that I'm doing a show colorway for the Alabama Fiber Festival based off of a picture that they gave us, and I thought it might be fun to do one variegated skein option, potentially a sock set. We'll see. And then I also thought it might be fun to do a mini skein bundle of solids that I'll pull from that same color palette, and then you could actually use the solids, the little mini solids, with the main color, or you could make stripy socks or something. So yeah, I'm gonna see. I don't have a whole lot of undyed yarn in stock since I was, dyeing up everything for SAF, and so basically whatever I have left, I'm going to just try to dye up whatever I can for the show, which is next weekend, which basically means I have to dye all of whatever yarn I'm going to dye. I have to dye it all up pretty much today and tomorrow, just by the end of the weekend, so that it has time to dry and I have to label it. And I'll be closed next week on Friday and Saturday for and potentially Thursday. I need to think about that because we have to pack up the shop. Oh yeah, probably Thursday. So I'll probably be closed next week, Thursday through Saturday, because I have to pack up the shop, set up on Friday, and Saturday is the Fiber Festival. So yeah, I need to get any last minute things I'm gonna do needs to be done today. While I have the first pot going and I'm waiting to be able to do some more, I brought a whole big bag of socks with me that need to be washed for the season. So I am going to throw all of these in a little wash tub and wash them all at once. I've been wearing my hand knit socks these past few days. Yeah, I've been wearing my hand knit socks again, and as I'm pulling them out, I'm realizing I left them kind of dirty. So I'm gonna wash them all today, and that way I'll have them all to wear. Moderately shocked and embarrassed by how much dirt came out of these socks when I first washed them. They are on their second rinse bath right now, but yeah. I mean, some of what's in there right now is the soap, but there is a lot of dirt coming out of these socks. I'm trying so hard to avoid this feeling, but I just can't help but feel so frantic at how much is going on in this next week and a half. And what's crazy is after next weekend, it's all going to kind of just be over. And yeah, I almost can't even imagine what it would have been like going to SAF if I had gotten to go to SAF, with how busy everything's been and just with the big major events coming up next weekend. Yeah, I'm trying not to feel overwhelmed. Whenever you're in this sort of final stage right before a big work event, you know, I'm sure many of us can relate to that, or homework assignment, or just, you know, when you have something coming up that's pretty major, it's so hard to not feel like there's so many more things I could do, that I could accomplish, but how will I find the time? And what's amazing about filming these vlogs every day, it really helps me to feel very accountable for how I spend each moment of the day. And in that way, it makes every day feel so short. Like, you would think it feels long because I'm taking the time to really focus on everything, and sometimes it feels that way, but generally speaking, the days just feel so short when I look back on them and I think about how much I hoped to have gotten done that day and I didn't. So anyway, I just made myself a little coffee. I put some coconut whipped cream in it to give myself a little treat while I'm working. I am trying my best to clean up the shop a little bit while I'm dyeing yarn, and that always causes a big mess, but I'm more worried about the front rooms right now. I'll focus on the back rooms after the Fiber Festival next weekend. So yeah, I'm trying to work on dyeing up what I have. I've got this one big order that needs to go out. Yes, goodness. So I feel like I'm in limbo right now as I'm trying to decide what to do. I have a good stack of project bags that I'm bringing to the Fiber Festival next weekend, but I also had a handful of bags in progress that I haven't touched all October because my sewing table and my ironing board have all month pretty much been covered in yarn, because as I dye it and it goes to the drying room, when I set it out to dry and then I move it to the back room where I am going to probably skein it. Once I skein it, I need somewhere to put it, and so anyway, my sewing space has been completely covered with yarn, and you know, I'm reorganizing my yarn in that back room. So yeah, I would have to really move things around in order to sew. My plan is that I'm going to spend these next couple of days dyeing up as much of the yarn as I can, and then next week, before I close for the weekend, if I have a little extra time, I will just use that time to finish sewing whatever I can. So that's my plan. I am going to try to enjoy this coffee a little bit while I work. I know how much you guys have been enjoying seeing the orders. At least a bunch of you have told me that you enjoy that. I have a couple of really fun orders and I'm going to share them with you. So I have a great big order, a very exciting order to share with you all. I love everything in here. I mean, of course I do, because I hand select every product that I carry. So, or of course that I dye. So I love all of these products, but it's so fun to see how you guys put things together. So we've got a couple of these quilted bags. This is from a company called Reclaim, and they make the most amazing things like bags, garments, garland, you name it, out of recycled quilts. So I love that. So we've got a small pouch, and then this is the box style bag. I think they're both beautiful. And then here we've got the Kremka Lazy Linen. This is the yarn that I talked about the other day that I made some green socks out of, and they have held up so well. So this is a really nice yarn. So it looks like maybe we've got a garment or a shawl quantity here. We've got the Kremka Studio Linen. I knit a Joji Locatelli summer tank top out of this yarn in a different colorway, and it is one of my favorite knits to date. So I love this yarn. We've got Regia sock yarn here. We've got the Delaque Q-Snaps bags. There's 3 sizes in here. This is the black rainbow one. I think that's my last one. And then over here we have Woodfire Clay, which is one of my absolute favorite colorways. We've got it on merino nylon fingering, and then we have it on the silk mohair base. So I love this. I one day would like to have a full garment made out of this exact yarn composition. Okay, and then we've got 3 kinds of teas. We've got the Reading Nook tea. We've got the Ristretto blend. This is like a coffee alternative made with chicory, cacao nibs, just really delicious. And then we've got the hazelnut coffee cake black tea. And coming over here, we've got a Smells Like Crocheting Over Coffee candle. We have a Work Until measuring tape. These are really handy from Twice Your Sheep. We've got some gorgeous handmade clay earrings. These ones are mushroom with these little dangly hardware. And we've got a beautiful Sisters bag. This is the geode print. I think this is the last one I have in this little zipper pouch style. Oh, we've got a pumpkin caramel crunch lotion. That's the last one of those, I think. And then we have a couple of Twice Shared Sheep circular row counters. These things are extremely nice and handy, just like all of the Twice Shared Sheep products, like this sock roller bracelet. I use mine all the time. We've got some cable locks, and then these are really fun. We've got some knitting needle point protectors in actually all 3 of my favorite varieties. So we've got the skeleton riding the unicorn, the pink cowboy boots, and the no face. So this is an absolutely fun and beautiful order, and now that I have inventoried everything and made sure we've got it all, I'm going to start packing it up. So these, I have these Sunrise Grove stitch markers. This is the same company that makes those floss organizers that I've been showing a lot. We've got the coffee cups, and then this is the last Bigfoot. I'm gonna have to reorder from them soon. But yeah, so I wanted to make sure to share those too. Okay, one more order for you guys today. I hope you don't mind that I'm showing this. I just think it's so fun. I think I already said this, but I've had a lot of people tell me that they enjoy seeing this. So yeah, one more order for today. This is the last one that's active as of right now. We have 2 skeins of blue velvet. This is the non-superwash fingering weight merino and DK. And this is the superwash merino DK. I love blue velvet. It's one of my best sellers. We have the last Oh Little Wren woodland tote bag. And then we have a couple of the magnet sets. So we've got the fox and rabbit and the bat and cat, which I just love and wish I ordered more, because now I only have 1 left. And they're seasonal, so I might try to order some more. And then we have some strawberries and cream black tea. So I love this order. It's like moody and precious and adorable, and I'm excited to pop this in the mail. I just realized that most of these doodle decks are missing from my website. I completely forgot that the last time I ordered them and I got in the new ones that I hadn't created the listing. So I'm about to add a bunch of doodle decks to my website. I have a whole bunch of the expansion packs that are just not up there. And then these inventories were all off, so most of them said out of stock, but here they are. And I actually just placed an order today, so I brought in the dinosaur doodle, so I brought in the dinosaur, fantasy, desert, camping, farm, and more garden doodle. So I'm going to have a bunch of new doodle decks soon, plus all of these ones that are kind of new because they weren't on the website. Here's a product that I made a while back, and then it just sat in my back room. I did do some full skeins of this and they were out on the floor, but I never got around to doing the minis, so I've packaged up the minis. This is my moth collection. This was something that I had shared on Instagram, and I was very excited about it, and I was planning on doing pre-orders, and then things happened and I wasn't able to do it, so I never really brought it up again. But I did have all these minis ready to go, and I do have some of the yarn available in person. I just haven't added it to my website. But anyway, I'll be bringing these to the Fiber Festival and then adding any that may be left over to my website after the fact. One last order, you guys. I hope you're not getting tired of this, but you guys have just been so amazing, and the orders and support has just honestly been pouring in. So I just want to share one more. This is the last bat and cat magnet set. I knew I should have ordered more. I am so thrilled that you guys are loving these. I think they're precious. And then we have woodfire clay on merino nylon fingering, and we've got the last skein of plum tree on merino singles. This is such a soft yarn. And then we've got one of the moth stamp stickers. So I did a purple crane because I feel like this is super cute, and again, another kind of moody order. I just think this is precious. So thank you. You know who you are. I really appreciate your order, and I will get it in the mail today. Just saying a quick goodnight to the shop. I managed to get a whole lot done today, which was excellent. So I'm feeling much better than when I got here, and I was a little bit stressed out. Good night, shop. See you tomorrow. I'm back home now, and I ended up having a really nice, productive day. I probably will have cut out some of the footage of the things that I was talking about because I've been kind of rambly today. I'm expecting a fun guest tomorrow morning at the shop, which is great news. That will be very exciting. My daughter had a really great day at her grandparents' house, and yeah, I haven't gotten to craft today, but that's okay. Hopefully in November I'll get a little bit more crafting time. And that's not to say I haven't had plenty. I have had plenty. I'm going to go outside. My husband's gotten back to work on our fence, and I'm going to be there to help if he needs. I'm going to bring a cross-stitch project out in case I get to work on it, but I have a feeling he'll need my help. And yeah, I'm just glad that today ended up being a decent day. Today is kind of a hard day for me because it's actually I don't like this word for it, but it's the anniversary of the day that my best friend died. Yeah, his life was very tragically cut short by an individual, and so today is not an easy day for me, but keeping busy. I have managed to not think about it too much. And that's not to say I don't want to think about him. I want to think about him, but it's hard not to just think about the events surrounding his loss. Yeah, it's tough. Fern's got a squeaky toy. So, that's that. Okay, I'm gonna go outside now. Gonna go drink some water. Fern. Gonna go drink some water and hang out with my family that I missed very much today. Where is she? Oh, there she is. She looks so funny when you zoom in. She looks so aggressive. Yes, baby. She looks so cute. Her eyes are so bulbous. Oh, they're cute. I like the bulbous eyes.